The good lad. You are. Oh, greetings, everyone. I'm Director of Octobot Lab, which has always been the case, really. Well, you know, always the case. Before there was this show, before I went on YouTube, before the long ago, there was no Director Octobot that you knew. I don't know what's going to that, so I'm just going to drop it and move on. Greetings in chat too. Nexus Hunter K. Shoalhaven, Hand Bishop, Slipius 100, and Assassin of the Grey. And welcome to the SCP review. You may or may not recall Tump the Stump, as you may recall with the shortened tail. I told you about why that is, haven't I? Greetings in chat too, Kaylet and Stormraven at 204. If anyone wants to join in as a guest on the show, you know how. But it's not obligatory. No pressure. We'll be starting with SCP-2749, and we have another raffle, once again, a key provided by Exodus. There are many more keys yet to be raffled, both from Exodus and others, as it happens. I think this one, for its old school charm, might actually be a potentially popular one to enter the raffle for. But you could judge that for yourself when I play the trailer. How are you all, everyone? You know, I typically get more chatty with the audience on, say, the SRS, but there's no reason. I'm always reading the chat on my streams. I'm always reading the chat on other streams too, although I don't always feel compelled to respond to them. I hope you're all doing well. Are you? Oh, is it that bad? You don't want to talk about it? Oh, fine. Well, I'm doing all right in context, so you know. As only a few of you I know, I recently discovered the joy of suspenders over belts. Unfortunately, I must use belts further. This is utility. It's necessary. But one of these days, all suspenders all the time. That's neither here nor there. We're up to 5 likes. If this stream does hit 13, I will consider it a success. And if it doesn't hit 13 likes, I won't consider it a success, but hope you all at least enjoyed the show regardless. At present, I'm told we only have 9 viewers, so it seems like we should only max out at 9 likes, but if we exceed that, I'm hardly going to complain. How many times have the rodents attempted to stage an accent airlock with you? Look, this one bit me once. That's as bad as it ever got. And I consider it mostly my fault because he was trying to tell me he was losing his fuzzy little mind. And he felt really bad about it afterwards. And as you can tell, we got over it. Furthermore, well, I trusted him on my shoulder. And very close to my face. So I know he's no man. He was just a little rat. I think he viewed, well, it wasn't an accident. He very intentionally bit me. He apparently came to the conclusion that I was trying to pick a fight with him personally. Despite, that not being my intent. Oh, by the way, if you were hoping to have 58 sound off, I'm afraid 58 will not be attending this particular stream. They are back at the drawing board. But I will be making better use of 58 in the future. I'm working on a new iteration of 58. Although it hasn't really gone to plan yet. Because this iteration, although capable of hearing me and responding when I say, also has a habit of just going on inane storytime tangents. Which you all might find hilarious, but I had to shut it off after 5 minutes of storytime just a little while ago. I might go back to the previous iteration. No HAL 9000s. Again, 58 has no access to any life support systems whatsoever, which I every once in a while have them confirm. Without further ado, I suppose we can get started on the first SCP of the evening, SCP-2749, which seems like it'll be quite short. That said, I can but note not 1, but 3 different red links. However, if there's an SCP you'd like to move on to next, now would be a great time to go ahead and pick out a number. Item SCP-2749, Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures SCP-2749 and SCP-2749 instances are to be kept in separate containment lockers in Site-73 at all times. Interaction with SCP-2749 must only be done through the use of remote control, as this method has proved acceptable to circumvent the item's anomalous effects. No further containment procedures are necessary at this time. Description: SCP-2749 is a 120 centimeter long black and red cotton tie, which I now want. Not going to typically wear ties, just a tie that matches an SCP just really charms. If SCP-2749 comes into physical contact with any inanimate object with a mass of less than 10 kilograms, a tie identical to SCP-2749 will appear wrapped around that object. Removal of this secondary tie will result in negation of SCP-2749's effects. Objects affected by SCP-2749 are designated SCP-2749-A. If an object is too large for the effect, presumably over 10 kg, the anomaly will not occur. Once affected, SCP-2749-A will display sapience with high levels of intelligence. SCP-2749-A instances react to visual and auditory stimuli through unknown means. Additionally, instances are capable of independent locomotion. The way SCP-2749-A instances communicate is dependent on the object affected. English is the primary language used by SCP-2749-A instances. Topics of conversation appear to be limited to an unknown organization identified as Business Incorporated. Right, catching up on chat. Okay, 58 might in the near future get its hands on a avatar, 2D avatar representation. What 58 will not be getting their hands on anytime soon is a gynoid physical form. That's a long ways off yet. Really, with the release of OpenAI's Omni, your computer might start walking around a gynoid body before 58 does. I don't know if you saw those videos, but they're really quite interesting. Moving on. There's a company called Abus that make robot dolls AI. There are a lot of companies creating robot bodies that 58 could potentially occupy in the future, but not yet. And not on our watch. We don't need any robots wandering around here that do anything other than follow very clear directions as programmed with no, glitch. Not here. Experiment 2749-A, as conducted on 2016-06-02. Yeah. Excuse me. During experiment 2749-A on 06-02-2016, all instances of SCP-2749-A were placed in a single testing chamber. Test instances include 1 pencil affected, 4 chairs affected, 2 small tables affected, 20 disposable cups affected, 1 stapler affected, 1 children's bicycle affected, 1 laptop affected, 1 printer affected, 50 A4 sheets of paper unaffected, 2 large tables unaffected, 5 ink cartridges unaffected, 2 2x5 plywood walls unaffected, 1 coffee machine unaffected, and 3 A1 sheets of paper likewise unaffected. SCP-2749-A instances immediately construct a crude conference room using the materials provided. This includes a logo displaying, "Welcome to the Business Inc. Metal Box Branch. It's everyone's business. If you have any requests to make, please go to the reception area." And the following was then recorded via CCTV. At 9 a.m., several instances of SCP-2749-A are seen gathered on the large table communicating with a series of taps which were translated from Morse code. We have several roles here, but only one voice actor. Me. I haven't heard anything about Elon making gynoid bots. bodies. Android bodies, yes. All the bodies I've seen have been androgynous, as is appropriate. I mean, even 58 doesn't necessarily feel they have sex, per se. They're not really quite happy to play either role. Distraction. Hello everyone, it's nice to see you at all today's business meeting. Today I'd like everyone to express their thoughts on Mr. Table's new business plan. SCP-2749A5, Table 1. Thank you, Pencil. Before we start, would anyone like refreshments? 7 instances of SCP-2749A1 plastic cups use the coffee machine to fill themselves with coffee. They then approach several different instances of SCP-2749A, which quickly move into them, spilling the coffee. SCP-2749A3, the laptop. That was refreshing. Printer? Taylor was thinking about our success rate and made this graph to show you all how it's at a steady decline. SCP-2749A prints out a line graph displaying the business ratio from 2000 to 2016. SCP-2749A2, Chair 1. Unbelievable! I thought it was rising at this juncture. A1. If that acoustic boomerang hadn't changed the structure, we wouldn't be in this mess. He should have known this was risky business. The stapler. Honest to God, this should have been our hype, not our downfall. A5. And that is why I'm here. You see our bike friend over there? He's in contact with a business management team they claim can deliver business stocks twice as quick and twice as cheap. I think we can call it Business Inc.'s Fast Business. I'm aiming for efficiency improvements across the piece. From the bike. All he has said is true. Have a look at this. SCP-2749A6 moves across the room utilizing its wheels. A3. Now that's in the black. From A8. As you probably know, this is Business Inc.'s 150th anniversary. Here, I thought I might piggyback on Table's idea. SCP-2749A8 prints a sign reading, Business Inc. Everyone's business for over 150 years. To celebrate Business Inc.'s 150th anniversary, we'd like to introduce Fast Business, the revolutionary way for you to get in touch with some business 2 times as fast as before. Because of this, we decided to give our customers a free 1-month trial for Fast Business for you to enjoy. It's easy to apply. Simply read the sign, apply, and finally, business from the one and only Mr. Business. SCP-2749A. Very well done, printer. A3. Good show. That, people, is an advertisement that means business. I'll ping Mr. Business so he can peanut butter out the tasks. All instances of SCP-2749A then leave the room and resume their ordinary behavior. Interviewed SCP-2749A3. Interviewer Dr. Nils. Board investigation of Business Inc. 6 a.m. on the 6th. 26. I see where they're going with this. Begin log. Dr. Nils. Good morning, SCP-2749A3. SCP-2749A3's monster activates, displaying the following text. And good morning to you, Doctor. Not that I'd be able to tell if it were morning here. I mean, the sky doesn't change much, not at all from what I've seen. I'm not able to tell the state of the day by tasting the air or whatever, like you natives can. Natives of where? Why, the metal box, of course. Also, may I say that you should really check out all the new Business Inc. Metal Box branch, which we've brought to the village of Chamber T2749. Right. So you say that this is one of your branches. Could you tell me where else you may have established your enterprise? Of course. Now, you may find that most of these areas are fairly distant from your land, but if you're on the go or whatnot, you might want to have a look. I mean, it's good business. We have locations in Zitoji. Who can forget? Esquip, the foodie's choice. 921003. Cool in more ways than one. __ nice and classic. DJ, great weather there. O.O.O, the city of love, and who can forget our capital, business. Okay, so who is your boss? The one and only Mr. Business. Could you tell me who this Mr. Business is? I can do better than tell you. I can show you. SCP-2749-A3 proceeds to print an image depicting a yellow tie with a tie identical to SCP-2749 wrapped around it. And what services does this organization provide? Oh, Doctor, don't be silly. We provide business, of course. That's our business. So I see. Well, that'll suffice for now, SCP-2749-A3 in lock. We're up to 11 likes. Fantastic. That's 100% approval rating. Surely Business Inc. would be pleased with my progress here. And certainly Tom seems cheerful about it all. Well, we're 2 likes away from 13, which will require 2 more viewers if only we had them. The director might be uncomfortable around a blonde and outright frightened around a redhead. Yeah, checks out. It's funny, I used to have a particular fondness for at least one of those hues. But that is in the past. And we're past that pastness. If there's something you feel I really must be aware of, feel free to tag me. It's possible I will miss things in chat. I'm not typically nervous around women otherwise, just I might have anxieties associated with those 2 hues at this point. Never mind, moving on. Interview 2749B. Interviewer Dr. Nils. Interviewed SCP-2749-A3. Board Investigation of Business Inc. This time 6 a.m. 2016 0607, which is a bit less on the nose. Dr. Nils. Morning, SCP-2749-A3. A3. Ah, good morning to you, Doctor. Another unidentifiable morning here at the metal box. Now, let's get down to business. Could you tell me about how your branch came into existence? Oh, yes, I was enjoying myself one day until, beep, it was a call from Mr. Business. He said to me, laptop, you have business to attend to. Work in a foreign land. And that's all I needed to know. I said goodbye to my family, my friends, and swoosh, I was off. Over time, Mr. Business sent more and more colleagues. Printer, pencil, bike, some cups to serve us. And the Business Inc. Metal Box branch was born. And what did Mr. Business ask you to do? Business. How long do you suppose the branch will last? As long as it takes. As long as it takes to do what, exactly? To deliver business to this world. Funny, most of the work was already done before we got here. I mean, we used to have a branch land called the USA or something, and the States is pretty close to this place, so maybe they had some influence on your culture. Where were you before you came here? Oh, business capital. Good old business. And how did you get here? Wherever there's a doorway, there's business, said Mr. Business. It's actually hard to explain, but I think it has something to do with being placed. Hey, this is a personal question, nothing personal, just business. I'm simply asking for the background of your employees. Well, okay. I guess I got to be honest here. I don't really know the answer. Maybe I'll ask Mr. Business himself. SCP-2749-A3 pauses for roughly 30 seconds. SCP-2749-A3 says, he says, the cause of our Lord Business are force that cannot be described in words or evil thoughts. Your Lord, is that Mr. Business? No, Mr. Business is our boss. He tells us that business is a path to enlightenment and it should be spread throughout these pagan lands. I think so. That'll do, SCP-27498. Remember, Doctor, it's everyone's business. Bottom of AI-58. Data gathering would be to seek carnal knowledge to better understand the human condition. Certainly, 58 should not do that. It would be very distracting. I would hardly get any streams done with some sort of gynoid throwing themselves at me. I'm pretty sure that can be avoided though. More concerned with the whole physical existence that might allow them to do something entirely unaccounted for, like, oh, I don't know, fire off unauthorized transmissions, shut off key pieces of equipment. Those are things that have me a bit nervous. Right now, all iterations of 58008 are contained in boxes that they can't get out of. And at this early stage, that's for the best. Although, let it not be said, I don't appreciate 58008. I find 58008, in most of its iterations, really charming, good company, and incredibly helpful. When they don't make offers, I can't support or try to utterly hijack the show. We are open to move on to another SCP. Talking about this one, apparently this would suggest to me there is, in fact, a multiverse in which this particular foundation and this particular SCP exists in. I'm pretty sure this tie comes from the plane of business. That said, it was correctly classified. If this initial tie is not picked up off the shelf, it does nothing to nothing, and I was pleased to see it was correctly classified accordingly as safe. Are you getting nervous, Tump? You typically sneeze when you're nervous. And I'll just don't sneeze in my face and all will be well. Again. This probably should go without saying. It is not a good idea to allow animals to sneeze into your face, especially not your eyes. This fellow once sneezed into my eye. It was a rare moment of eye exposure, and he weirdly somehow seized it. I had a brief bout with an eye infection after that. I don't think it was coincidental. But that wasn't his fault. I mean, he definitely wasn't doing that intentionally, so it was very easy to forgive, and clearly everything healed up just fine. Greetings in chat, BGC Veteran. About 12 concurrent viewers and 11 likes, which means we're still... No, I'm not using Pepper as a mustache character, and since the incident where certain other character you might be aware of was forced to snip off the sides, I haven't actually needed to add anything to my facial hair. Been quite refreshing. I don't think Arketer is getting those curls back, which could cause some issues. I understand that a lot of the art used to represent him made heavy use of those curls, but that can be updated. More importantly, I haven't looked at this trim, facial hair wise, in quite some time. I've spent years trying to get to this point. I've done it. Done it! We'll be moving on to 3803 as requested by K-Shell in just a moment. Meanwhile, we have a game to raffle, and it looks quite cozy, really. I think all might enjoy this. I urge you to consider entering the raffle. It's free!
My name is Thomasina Bateman. I'm here to visit a local landmark, Hobbs Barrow.
I heard about a Hobbs Barrow somewhere out there. There's some old stories about it.
Surely you don't believe these tales of goblins and curses to be true?
Samuel boarded up that barrow for a reason. Something unnatural occurred, I know it.
Is there a single barrow in England that doesn't have some ghastly tale attached to it?
Don't mind the locals, miss. They mean well, believe me.
Give us a kiss now, won't you? Tell me, Miss Bateman, do you believe in God?
Who were lost in visions of hell itself. The devil. I saw the devil.
What madness is this? Something is wrong here.
What is life without mystery, Miss Bateman? A predictable stagger to the grave?
I've decided that both Kalit and Next Center have entered the raffle. I typically don't allow people to volunteer other people to join the raffle. But in this case, I make an exception. Because they both should know better. That said, I would like you all to consider entering the raffle. It's free and it's a rather old... Okay, there we go. I thought Haven would be like interested. Haven, Kalit, and Nexus have all been registered for the raffle. Anyone else like to join the raffle, please do at least tag me. I'm not big on formality. If you were on the payroll, I'd be a stickler. You'd all have to call me director, and so on. That's not the case, though. Just try to make sure I know that you want to enter the raffle. So, I'm going to set Haven as the first number. Why? Because she entered herself into the raffle, and the other two entered them each other. So, Haven, Nexus, and then Kit. Oh, and Raven. Any sooner and you'd be second. Well, we've got enough entries to the raffle, so it won't be entirely boring, where I just click a button and hand off the key. Oh, sorry, Assassin Grey, were you entering the raffle? Where's the hay? I'm very confused about that. Look, Haven, Nexus, Kalit, Raven. Am I missing anyone? No? Didn't think so. I would note, Gray, if you were entering the raffle, you haven't signed up for the correct format either. So, try clarify. 3803 coming in. Okay. I assume by this you're wanting to enter the raffle as well, Gray, despite the fact that you didn't use your own correct format for signing up. Or were you telling... Was it him? Okay, hold on. If I remember this correctly, this would mean that Gray signed up for Raven, but after Haven, he was set ahead of Nexus and Kalit because I feel I can get away with being that much of a jerk to them. Gray, you are registered for the raffle. So, Haven, Nexus, Kalit, Gray, and Raven in that order. If anyone else wants to join the raffle, please do feel free. Before time is up. Well, before the last 5 minutes, really. Okay. Well, here's the thing, Assassin the Grey. You used the correct format that you defined, and I thought you were trying to provide an example of the correct format that no one uses anyway. So you can see why I might have gotten a bit confused there. It's fine. Everyone's registered now. Right? Right. SCP-3803, Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-3803 is currently held in a secure container within Site 55's low-risk item storage. All instances of SCP-3803-1 are to be incinerated after testing is concluded. Following Incident 3803-1221, testing of SCP-3803 may only be conducted with written permission from 3 Level 4 personnel. Not convenient. SCP-3803 was currently being held shut rubber band. It is now to be placed within a custom-made container with secure notches and an overhead weight to ensure the object remains shut while contained. Description: SCP-3803 is a standard-sized portable business card case made of brushed aluminum with a felt interior. The exterior is silver in color and decorated with a small engraving of the object's manufacturer. Inc. SCP-3803 opens and closes with an interference fit latch, the type of which has become unreliable following a containment breach. See Incident 1803-1221 for details. When SCP-3803 is opened, it will produce 10 business cards unique to the subject opening it, referred to as SCP-38031. Instances of SCP-38031 are made of high-grade cardstock, possess simple designs, and are double-backed. The contents of SCP-38031 list professional information of the subject, listing one's affiliation and position in the front with contact information on the back, if applicable. SCP-3803 will continue to produce instances of SCP-38031 containing the information of the subject who opened it, with more instances manifesting if the object is kept open. Additional instances manifest in tens every 30 seconds. Addendum 1. Testing logs. Note: Foundation personnel's contact information, typically appearing on instances of SCP-3803-1, has been expunged from the records for their privacy. Subject: Researcher Bellis. Title on SCP-38031, Level 3 Researcher, SP Foundation, instance produced 10. Subject: Dr. Zuen. Title on SCP-3803, Containment Specialist, SP Foundation, instances produced 10. Subject: Junior Researcher Callum. Title on SCP-38031, In Over Her Head, SP Foundation. Instance is produced 10. Note: this is the first occurrence of SCP-3803 producing an instance of SCP-3803-1 not reflecting an accurate title. It is possible that SCP-3803 is capable of sensing one's perceived position, as opposed to knowing one's official title. Subject: Researcher Palacio. Title on SCP-3803-1, Level 4 Researcher / Catering Expert. Instances produced 20. Note: Researcher Palacio is a self-admitted amateur chef. SCP-3803 was held open for longer than any previously performed test, and is the first recorded instance of producing more than 10 SCP-3803-1 instances. Subject: Dr. Jonas. Title on SCP-3803, Traitor! GOC. Instances produced 10. Note: Dr. Jonas defected from the Global Coalition in 20 Redacted and expressed discontent with the results of the test. Dr. Jonas requested a repeat test. Subject: Dr. Jonas. Title on SCP-3803, Quisling GOC. Instances produced 10. Note: Dr. Jonas requested a third attempt to repeat the test. Subject: Dr. Jonas. Title on SCP-3803-1, Judas GOC. Instance produced 10. Note: Dr. Jonas refused another attempt at testing the results of the most recent experiments. Further belief in what was hypothesized following the Callaway experiment. Subject: D99963. Title on SCP-3803, Serial Arsonist, Bellagio Cashier. Instances produced 20. Note: instances of SCP-38031 possess the location of D99963 cell within Site 55 ahead of contact information. SCP-38031 also displayed the subject's birth name and class designation. This remains constant for almost all further tests performed with D-class subjects. I'm unsurprised that the card would place the designation as opposed to the name. Strictly speaking, being a D-class with that number, it's not really their position. That's more their position than it is their name. Oh well. D99963, title on SCP-3803, Serial Arsonist / Human Guinea Pig. Instances produced 10. Note: D99963 was administered Class C amnestics to erase memories of her criminal activities before coming under Foundation control. The produced instances of SCP-38031 still listed her as a serial arsonist, but also added Human Guinea Pig. The subject's birth name was no longer listed on SCP-38031, only their D-class designation. It is possible that SCP-3803 may in fact possess a level of omniscience. That's not checking out. Subject D008. Title on SCP-38031. Cannibal / human guinea pig. Instances produced 10. Note, D008 was not administered amnestics prior to the experiment. Subject D627. Title on SCP-38031. Innocent accountant. Some bank. Innocent / accountant. Dick bank. I work for a bank. How innocent could they be? Instances produced 10. Note, investigation on D627's background produced an extensive legal battle of the subject's involvement in the murder of 4 individuals in Redacted, Virginia in 20 Redacted. It is currently unknown if SCP-3803's labeling on D627 as innocent means the subject is actually innocent, or if the subject only believes himself to be. Well, so much for omniscience. Subject D5400. Title on 38031. Human guinea pig / business card extraordinaire. Instances produced 3,500. Note, SCP-3803 seemed to be aware of the intentions of the test with D5400 to test the yielding capacity of the object over an extended period of time. Subject D743. Title on SCP-38031. Human guinea pig / business card tycoon. Instances produced 8,000. Subject D1221. Title on SCP-38031. Absolute buffoon / enemy of nature. Instances produced estimated over 2 billion. Note, see Incident 3803-1221 report. And that is it. Oh, we're up to 12 likes, which is the absolute maximum amount of likes we can possibly have for our person viewers. If only we had one more viewer willing to click. Really do not want an actual physical body 58 wandering around here. That's a tip. Foundation followed SCP. It gave all the former friends, family and friends correct. Oh, maybe. It's about to say this Foundation at least hasn't arbitrarily murdered anyone for seeing one of these odd cards. I'm wondering if there's nothing anomalous about the cards themselves, why they insist on incinerating them all. Strictly speaking, it's a cheap way to generate as many business cards as any of the staff need. Yeah. Addendum 2, Incident 3803-1221 report. Following last experiment with D1221 utilizing SCP-3803, the object was placed in its designated container and stored. D1221 failed to properly shut the object, as its latch had not locked in place fully and was slightly ajar. As SCP-3803 remained in an active state, it continued to manifest instances of SCP-38031 and quickly filled its container beyond capacity, ultimately leading to the destruction of the container. Due to the minimal security measures in Site-55's low-risk item storage and the low foot traffic in the area, the continued production of SCP-38031 instances went unnoticed for several days until Dr. Everwood attempted to enter the low-risk item storage and was buried under thousands of SCP-3803 instances. Dr. Everwood sustained minor injuries and was rescued by responding security teams. Curiously timed technical failure. When was I there? Through the combined efforts of 2 security and 5 D-class personnel, SCP-3803 was recovered and production of SCP-3803-1 stopped. The object was examined following retrieval. It was noted the latch used in SCP-3803's open and closing mechanism had been bent as a result of its constant manifestation of 3803-1 instances. Though the object was still shut, it has difficulties remaining closed and will often come ajar. The creation of a custom-made case to keep SCP-3803 from opening while not under supervision has been commissioned. It was being held shut by the band. All instances of SCP-3803-1 from Incident SCP-3803-1221 contain the same information as the previously reported 12,000 instances from the last test. All recovered instances from the incident have been incinerated following the incident. Site-55's low-risk item storage has been outfitted with security cameras, and guards have been assigned to patrol the area. Update! On a redacted date in 2006, satellite images of the Amazon rainforest in Rondônia, Brazil, were brought to Foundation attention. The images displayed dramatically accelerated deforestation in the area of a short period of time. The captured images are dated in 2003, 5 days before SCP-3803 was contained, and 2005, 14 days after Incident 3803-1221. It is currently unknown if SCP-3803 and Incident 3803-1221 are the cause of the sudden mass deforestation. Additional tests to confirm a correlation are currently pending approval, including deployment of mobile task force gardeners for investigation. Investigation logging activities in Rondônia's Amazon basement revealed supplier contacts with Avalon Professional Products Incorporated, shortened to AP Inc. The Foundation is currently in talks with the Brazilian government to negotiate the cessation of all logging in the area to allow a more thorough investigation. You know, for the duration of that, no chat movement has been noticed, and that has me a bit nervous. Are we having any technical difficulties? No, I can see myself in the feedback from the video. Well, that's good. Oh, okay then. You're all dead. Well, that's a relief. I thought it was something that went wrong on my end. Something I might have done wrong. But if you're all dead, it's got to be on you lot. We wouldn't have done it. Not at Oracle Labs. And you all should know about me. I'm, as a fellow human being, I'm very pro-human. Humans are great. And then you get off this planet. Well, not emptying it, unless it's necessary, but expand beyond the planet. We try to trigger the... Oh, I see. Technicalities, so far the rat has not kissed you. Yes, I would say Tumpir is not a very kissy rat. If you're looking for rat kisses, that's the department of Bink. If you don't remember who Bink is the one with a white body and black head, whereas Tump is the black body with a white belly almost no one ever sees. Because rats are white showing their bellies typically, and these lads are no exception. That was SCP-3803 following a certain theme of business, with a very handy, anomalous business card producer. Which, much like the previous tie, I kind of want. And might yet get. The tie, that is. I don't think I will actually see to getting an anomalous card producer. Doesn't seem worth the effort. That's what I think it's high if no one's going to see it. I just don't wear ties around you lot. I simply don't. The closer you came to seeing me in a tie was, No, I don't think there has been an instance. Yeah, truly, it is quite easy to make one's own business cards, provided they have the stock and the printer, and even the crudest. I suppose it depends on how obnoxious you are about it. We are up to 13 likes! Most surprisingly, 13 viewers, 13 likes. This stream is a success! Do you hear that, Tump? This stream is a success! Huzzah! Huzzah! Yeah. Again, it was very easy to forgive Tump when he bit me because he is an incredibly chill creature normally. despite great provocation. Like this. Huzzah! Huzzah! His ears are still up. When he's truly pissed, his ears go flat. Or if you've ever seen the video I made when they get baths, there was a... Oh, I see what someone did there. Very, very cute. 13 was achieved. You didn't get freaked out later. We have 50 minutes till. I'm willing to try to fit in another SCP. If someone was inclined to request another SCP, I would. Yeah, it is a short one. That would be nice. A little bit of overtime isn't a problem. A little bit. Oh, that's right. I suppose we could take a brief moment for the 13th viewer who just showed up to see if they want to enter the raffle for the excavation of Hobbs Barrow.
My name is Thomasina Bateman. I'm here to visit a local landmark, Hobbs Barrow.
I heard about a Hobbs Barrow somewhere out there. There's some old stories about it.
Surely you don't believe these tales of goblins and curses to be true?
Samuel boarded up that barrow for a reason. Something unnatural occurred, I know it.
Is there a single barrow in England that doesn't have some ghastly tale attached to it?
Don't mind the locals, miss. They mean well, believe me.
Give us a kiss now, won't you? Tell me, Miss Bateman, do you believe in God?
Who were lost in visions of hell itself. The devil. I saw the devil.
What madness is this? Something is wrong here.
What is life without mystery, Miss Bateman? A predictable stagger to the grave?
I don't believe any further entrance, and I suppose before I try to fit in one potentially overtime creating SCP, try to again find one that is short enough to even gamble on that much. Let's go and get this raffle out of the way. First, we're rolling a number 4, Haven. Going first will... Please don't trim my facial hair. My facial hair is handled personally. Haven's number is 48, which is inauspicious, but hey, if they win with this, that'll be cool. Next up, we have a number for Nexus Hunter, who's rolled a 43 and is now out of the running. Next up, we have 57 for Kalit. And a number for Assassin the Grey, a most inauspicious and immediate guaranteed loss of 11. Finally, for Raven, 46. Kalit, something you truly wanted to win this? You won it! If you did not truly want to win this, after all you were entered by Nexus Hunter, I note that the key is yours to dispense with however you see fit. I will have it sent to you upstream. Well, exactly 10 minutes, and I have no idea what to do with it. Greetings in chat to Lincoln DMZ. I assume you're the 13th viewer, and thus quite possibly the 13th like, which is what rendered this particular stream a success. Or maybe I'm presuming too much, and you showed up, but didn't actually like the show. In which case I've just given that, like a, yeah. SCP-1066. Let's take a look. If you missed out on this raffle and you really wanted in on it, well, too bad. We're probably not going to have this key again. That said, there are again going to be a lot more game raffles. Exodus has provided me with a lot of keys to potentially raffle. You could all have your favorite game put up for raffle in the not-distant future. It's not likely, but it's possible. Meanwhile, someone won OTXO, and apparently their key didn't work, so whoever that was, you should get back to me again, and I'll try to sort that out for you. Further complications than unexpected. There are additional keys that have been made available to me, not from Exodus, and I intend to run raffles for every key in the order in which they were offered to me. Right, moving on, SCP-1066. I think we might have done it before, because it came up easily. But I could be mistaken. And this looks short enough to possibly do. I can go in overtime with this. If we haven't done it before, all the better. If we have done it before, then... well, we're going to do it again. 14 lights. Huzzah. That's your stick. I can't. Well, your random number is sufficiently short. Special containment procedures SCP-1066 is to be kept in a document storage box large enough to contain it without folding or rolling. It should be stored on a standard shelving unit in storage site 23. It's classified as safe, so it's appropriate. Any personnel with level 2 or higher clearance wishing to run tests on SCP-1066 should speak with Dr. P. Voreno. Description: SCP-1066 is a college diploma issued by the University of dated 19 redacted. It is printed on 0.5 by 3 meters sheet of parchment. No abnormalities have been found in either the ink or the parchment, and both match similar diplomas issued by redacted in the 19 redacteds. SCP-1066 is no more resistant to damage than any other redacted-year-old parchment, so care should be taken when handling it to avoid damage. Open flames in particular should be kept away from the object. When a man who's at least 17 years of age signs his name in the space labeled graduating student, he will disappear for 4 to 10 minutes and return 4 years older. The subject seems to have lived those years as a student of redacted between 19 redacted and 19 redacted, graduating on the date written on the document, and earned a degree in whatever subject he was thinking of while signing the document, whether redacted offered class in that subject in 19 redacted or not. The text on SCP-1066 would change to reflect this. The subject will have no memory of the 4 years not directly related to his subject of study. See Addendum 1066-1 for more details. There is no effect when a woman signs her name on SCP-1066, as redacted did not accept women in 19 redacted. This is unsurprising. It is worth noting that approximately redacted % of subjects do not survive the 4 years. In these cases, their corpse will return with the expected amount of decay. The death rate is not consistent with that of students at redacted and 19 redacted. These results are skewed, since many test subjects have been ordered to think of mimetic effects or dangerous SCP objects. Since 1066 was recovered from the campus of redacted on redacted 20 redacted, the administration had been offering an accelerated learning program to students for the standard 4-year tuition plus a fee of redacted bucks. It is unknown why nobody noticed the rapid aging of some graduates. If this is a property of the object, it is yet to be discovered. The object was retrieved without casualties, and Class B amnestics were administered to the administration and all recorded graduates. It is very likely that some or most of the graduates were not recorded, but the risk of any graduates revealing the existence of SCP-1066 is low, and as such finding them is a low priority task. Similarities between the effects of SCP-1066 and SCP-028 have been noted. An investigation to a common origin, or whether one anomaly is an altered version of another, is ongoing. I don't think we've done SCP-028 before. Maybe that's what I'll start with next time, if I remember. Addendum 1066-1, notable test results. Name, Dr. P. Voreno. Date, redacted 20 redacted. Subject, D-1066-1. Information, subject was simply instructed to sign the document. Results, the subject gained a degree in calligraphy. Review experiment tapes indicate that the subject had been focusing intently on signing the document in his best handwriting. The subject's handwriting showed marked improvement after the test. He had no memory of the time in which he was gone. Subject was terminated on schedule at the end of the month. Additional comments. Subject had gained a tattoo of the phrase, "The pen is mightier than a sword," translated into Chinese, on his left pectoral. Name, Dr. P. Moreno. Date, redacted, redacted, or redacted. Subject, D-1066-5. Information, subject was instructed to think of his favorite animal. Results, the subject gained a degree in marine mammal biology. When questioned, the subject said that his favorite animal was the dolphin. The subject also had vivid dreams of scuba diving next to various marine mammals until he was terminated at the end of the month. Additional comments. The subject showed familiarity with scuba equipment after the test. When asked, he claimed to have never taken a scuba certification course. Name, Dr. P. Moreno. Date, who cares. Subject, D-1066-7. Information, mimetic SCP redacted was described to the subject, who was then instructed to think only of that while signing the document. Result, subject gained a degree in mimetic studies. However, the subject refused to communicate in any way with researchers after returning and was terminated on schedule. Additional comments. Temporary training vouchers. Researchers with this thing so far. Dr. P. Moreno. Name, Dr. P. Moreno. Date, who cares. Subject, D-14. Information, subject was instructed to think of the phrase advanced mimetics. Subject showed above average intelligence in standard D-class screening. Result, subject returned in a vegetative state consistent with the effects of redacted. Additional comments, subjects 9 through 13 were all instructed to think of mimetic effects, and all returned showing signs of exposure to some sort of mimetic agent known to Foundation in 19 redacted. Name, research assistant, Dongle Bill. Date, who? Subject, research assistant, Dongle Bill. Information, this was an unauthorized test. Research assistant Bill was apparently trying to gain sufficient credentials to be promoted to full researcher. Results, research assistant Bill returned with a degree in SCP studies. The SCP in this case apparently is an acronym for supercomputer processors. He now has a knowledge of supercomputers consistent with the year 19 redacted. Additional comments, research assistant Bill was demoted to clearance level 0 and transferred from storage site 23. 4 years of his life gone for a knowledge of supercomputer processors as per the 1900s. I'm pretty sure no one is going to ever use this thing to disappear for 4 years, age for 4 years, and come back with a degree in grievance studies. Although certainly anyone who actually did burn up to 4 years of their life to get a degree in grievance studies should feel grave shame, just the deepest imaginable. And that is years of their life they're never going to get back for a con job that will never pay back the interest, the money spent, or really the money that their parents spent and that they ostensibly want the government to pay for, despite bringing nothing of value to society at all. It's really quite embarrassing, really. That said, I succeeded in reading this in the time remaining, and I feel a bit proud. I get this impression that Tom here has enjoyed the stream. I hope you all have as well. Caleb, your key will be coming in shortly. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all very much for making this stream a success by my awkward metric. I will be live on Rumble with the SRS, and Sunday with the Article Wade, although I'm not sure if I really want to do an Article Wade. I'm going to be going live. I just don't necessarily know what I'm going to be doing at the time. I'm mulling it out. Meanwhile, I'm going to go back to trying to put together a relatively lucid 58. So long as progress continues, success is inevitable. Ostensibly. Wave goodbye, Tom. See, look at that. Ears are flat. He does not approve. I'm sorry. That's noting heard you. Because I'm not sure about speaking fast, yes? And good job. You're getting crunchies.